Get off me, you foul creature! Infected by shadow? Time to use the Klakk! Oh hey, it really does work. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 20005, Brickmaster Bionicle, also known as Klakk. The set contains approximately 38 pieces, was released in the summer of 2008, and this set was a Brickmaster exclusive, as far as I'm aware only to the United States, and the Brickmaster was a subscription-based magazine, and I don't know how much that subscription was, but it was a poly bag that came with the magazine. So however much a subscription was, that's how much this is. That basically gets all the general info for the set out of the way. The set's official name, like in the story, is Klakk. K-L-A-K-K. However, as far as I'm aware, you're going to find it on a bunch of different sites, Brickset, Bricklink, etc., listed as Bionicle Master, Brickmaster Bionicle. So, there you go. But for all intents and purposes, this is Klakk. So let's go ahead and get the disclaimer out of the way. Just because there's a pro or con in this video does not necessarily mean it is my personal opinion. I do my best to keep these reviews as objective as possible, and as such, any opinions or comments made about the set that you hear are either taken from the community or are objective facts about it that I can represent here on camera. So please, if you do hear something, do not assume it is my personal opinion. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the review. So as you can tell, Klakk is not necessarily the biggest set. It's actually quite small. It's a poly bag. This is at a time where poly bags were actually, kind of large. Or at least, they had an Anika build in it. And that is one thing about Klakk. He is an Anika build, however, to a degree. See, some of the really good things about this set is his wings, and that kind of, in turn, leads into articulation. His articulation, he only has 1 point in his arms, 1 point in his legs, and 1 point in his head. However, the wings have roughly 3 points of articulation, so they move back, 4 points. They move back, they move up and down, and then they move back and front again. No, that is 3 points. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So, you do have a lot of really great articulation with these wings. It's really nice to see. It works out very well. Color scheme is actually rather simple. There's not a whole lot to it. You have dark gray, the white, and silver, and some black, and then the red axles and the blue pins that really break it all up. That's kind of unfortunate. Klakk really only sits kind of on his front legs like this. He can kind of stand up, I think. Yeah, kind of like that. Although, if you look at him from this angle, he looks very unfinished. There's no armor whatsoever. So he is intended to be down. As far as the head is concerned, he can't really look up. It's kind of an unusual design. You do see we have the wave pieces here, these thrusters. And we do have the wings and the claws. So if you really just want these parts, you can get it, with Klakk in the Brickmaster subscription. So there is that. However, he also has this long piece here. I don't know what the purpose of it is. Maybe to give him kind of like a spine and a tail. I'm not too entirely sure. His eyes are green and he does have eyes. I think maybe these are his eyes. Maybe these are his eyes. I'm not really sure. Another issue with Klakk, however, are the brittle joints here, and you can probably see that is about to go. A big crack right there. So they're very brittle, not good for mocking. Absolutely not at all. Everything that doesn't have a joint on it, yeah, it's fine. So in the story, Klakk is kind of regarded as a deus ex machina, considering that he's made by Mutran, who made, or at least helped make, the Shadow Leeches to make Shadow Matoran, and then this is made by Mutran unintentionally to where it undoes that effect. So a lot of people kind of saw Klakk as a Deus Ex Machina. Oh, well, that's convenient. And, he kind of sort of is. It is a Rahi, so it's kind of a neat little fun Rahi to have, as you can see. There's not a whole lot to Klakk. He's not exactly a huge, innovative build. There's nothing really that you can't get off of Klakk that you can't find on other sets. Like, you could bricklink Klakk. I didn't, but you can. It's possible. And that generally sums it up. He's not exactly extraordinary. There's not a whole lot of playability to him. Like, the wing design is really creative, but he doesn't have a whole lot of articulation. He kind of just sits there. There's not a whole lot to him. He's not very interesting. The color scheme isn't exactly that popping. And then the red axles and the blue pins that kind of just break that up. So that generally sums up Klakk. That gets him out of the way. There's not a whole lot to him. If you want him, kind of just to have him, you should try and hunt him down or bricklink all the parts for yourself. But you don't absolutely have to have him. He's not a great play experience. So that generally sums it up. That has been Klakk. What do you guys think? Do you like Klakk? Do you dislike Klakk? Do you think he was a Deus Ex Machina? Do you think he's kind of useless? Please feel free to let me know either in the comments below or on the TTP message boards at board.ttppodcast.com. Join me next week when I go over all of 2008. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.